I have a problem. The photocell's not working on the yard light, and one bulb's out. Because I'm working alone, I have to have improvised ways of finding out whether the power's off. So what I'm going to be doing is I have to unscrew this light bulb, which with this shroud around it is a real pain in the butt. And working left-handed doesn't make it any easier either. Okay, I have the light bulb unscrewed. Now I move the bulb into the house so it's safe. And screw in this receptacle. Now that receptacle is something that's kind of a holdover from the real old days of wiring houses. Used to be, and some houses still are this way. Kind of hard to believe it in 2017, but they still are. The houses were wired up with only a outlet, a light bulb in the ceiling, and usually it was a pull chain light bulb. Now, since I can't holler up and down stairs to find out when the light's off, I turn up the radio. Now, with the radio turned up as loud as it'll go, driving the neighbors crazy, I just go up the breakers and turn them off. That's the one.
Performance than our competition. But don't just take our word for it. Check the latest.
Right there. Next to the last one in the panel. Always works that way. Now I can go outside and actually work on the light. And then I'll have to go through and reset all the clocks in the house because they've all been off for a couple of minutes and they're all blinking. Well, now that the radio is off, I know that the power's off. I can unplug the radio and get back to the business of actually doing the work on the light itself. Somebody thought it was a good idea to just disconnect the switch over there on the wall. Would have made life a lot easier. I could have just turned the light off and changed the photocell. But that's not how it works. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got. And when they put the photocell in, they crimp the wires. But at least I can take it down. And not have to work on that particular part of it off the ladder. Turns out that breaker shuts off the lights in the garage too. So I'm working in the dark here. Not unusual. Got to talk the electrician around the place, tell him that's just totally unacceptable. Biggest problem I had with this light is it's not adjustable anymore. It's model MD224C-87 P224C, made in China. We all know how I love things that are made in China. And this is one of the things that I don't like about things made in China. They're not very durable. This has not worked correctly since the day we moved in, 7 years ago. You could adjust this back and forth and up and down and all over the place, and it would work for an hour or two, sometimes a week. And I said, when I get time, I'm going to just take that thing out and replace it. So here I am replacing it. But trying to find one made in the United States is nearly impossible. So I ended up with this one, which is UL listed photoelectric switch. Cooper Lighting Company, made in China. Just like every blessed other thing in the world. Get it so I can point it down the driveway. Okay, that should do it. I just have to connect the wires. To make that happen, I need to connect the red wire to these two. The easiest way to do that is clip this off. And strip out the wires. About a 1/2 inch. Twist them. This will be easier without the gloves. I know it's cold out here, but I'm going to work without the gloves. So I connect the red wire to these two black ones. The red wire is the wire that's connected in line with the switch in the photocell. So when the switch breaks the circuit, it drops power to the red wire and the lights go out. Make sure I got them all securely anchored in there. Yep. Now I connect the black wire on this photocell to the black wire up in the junction box. And I connect the white wire from the photocell, which is the common, or return, to the white wire on the lights. Connect all the common wires together. I got the photocell wired in. Put some tape on that wire nut. In all my 50 years of putting wire nuts on, nobody's ever complained that it stopped working because I put tape on it. Actually, I've never had anybody complain about any of the wiring that I've done, so I guess either I'm doing it right or people don't complain anymore. That doesn't seem like a normal thing to me. People complain all the time about nearly everything. Given the option between complaining about something or doing something, most people take the complaining hands down. Tuck all those wires in so I don't have to deal with them up on the ladder. Okay. Now they didn't give me a lot of wire on this thing. So I'm going to work with what I got. I'm going to connect the ground wire first. And that can hold it up while I'm doing the other wiring. Okay, connect the black wire to the black wire. Nice and tight. And now I'll connect the white wire to the white wire. Now here's one of those decisions that you have to make every once in a while that usually turns out wrong, but it's still a decision you have to make. Do I connect the wires up or do I test it first? I tend towards testing it first. Chances are this is going to work just fine. But you never know till you try it. So I'm going to go down and turn on the breaker. And we'll see if I can get this photocell to work. It's never an easy thing. Okay, we'll turn the breaker on. No bangs, no booms. That's always a good sign. Now I'll go see if I got lights. Next big question of the day, huh? Well, the power's connected. And the photocell light's cycling. So I think I got a working socket. Tuck the wires up inside the junction box as much as I can. Start the anchor screw with my fingers. Okay. Now I gotta tuck these guys back in there so that they're out of the way and don't get pinched. I want the photocell towards the front. Wires always want to get in between the junction box and the cover. I don't know why, but they just like it there. That means that they get pinched, and we don't want them pinched. With the yard light working, it's time to close up the panel. These are called dog nose screws. It's because they got a little starter pilot on the tip of them. Makes them a lot easier to start, but they're also self-tapping. So you have to kind of find the spot where the old thread was. Otherwise, you'll constantly be putting a new thread in every time you put the screw in. You can do that just so many times that pretty soon the hole gets to the point where it just won't start anymore. You run so many threads in there that it strips out. And these screws have both a straight bit and a Robertson bit. And I find that the Robertson bit works a little better. I had a straight bit in my hand. I was going to try and use it, but Robertson bit doesn't skip out. You don't have to try and hold it in alignment in the center of the screw. Just easier. Now, having marked that once, I shouldn't have to go looking for it again. I'll be able to remember that that one does the light for the driveway. I want to have this bar lined up on the center of those breakers. Should slide right up in there and lock into place. By turning these screws counterclockwise, I shove this plate forward and push it up against the face of the breakers. And everything's locked in solid, they're nicely supported. And there, that part of the job is done. And just for UK Tony, I wanted to mention that the step up that you suggested I get, I had. The Workmate shop box is the same size and about the same height as the step up at Harbor Freight that I was thinking about getting. So rather than spending another 20 bucks, I just took something that I already had and used it for another reason. Makes a great little portable step. Well, now I have the photocell up. We'll just have to come out here tonight, test the lights, make sure that everything's working the way it should be, and adjust it. I could probably figure out some way to do it, but right now I need a rest. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know, I read them all. Thanks for watching.